Hi guys, welcome to Make With Me Monday. My, oh, just like swapped, sorry. My name is Robyn Smith. This is Bath Fizz and Foam, and on Mondays we make stuff together, which is what we're doing today. We're making things, okay? So, okay, what we're making today is a little thing called a shower bomb. Shower bomb. What is a shower bomb, pray tell? You're asking? I hear you. Also, we're just gonna be like super basic today, and I'm just gonna mix it by hand. Getting crazy. I know. So what is a shower? Oh, hi Karen, hi Patty, and hi Deidre. Deidre, probably. Hi guys. Welcome to Make With Me Monday. So what is a shower bomb? It's gonna be similar to a bath bomb. Ugh. The hook got me. So it has baking soda and citric acid. When it comes into contact with water, it starts to fizz. But it has other ingredients in it that make it like really foamy, like a really delicious, lovely foam. And when you can scrub it on your skin in a shower, it's amazing. Okay. Candace says hello, hi. Jennifer, Nadine, and Brenda, hi guys, and Debbie, hi guys. Okay, I've already weighed out my ingredients, but I'm gonna go through them as I do them. Okay. So this is baking soda, and I haven't sifted it yet. But this is one of the reasons we like tell you to sift your ingredients, and another reason why you don't really want to be doing your recipes by volume, like a scoop or a cup of whatever ingredient, because if you have those little clumps in there, that's going to change the volume of it. So that's one of the reasons. There's lots of reasons, but that's one of them. Marissa says hi. Amy says hi. Lynn and Kathy say hi. Hi, guys. Oh, my gosh. So exciting. Once this Make With Me Monday is over, I'll post the schedule for next month. I already have 3 months scheduled out, so we have it scheduled out till March. So in March, I know it feels like forever, right? But in March is when I'll hit bath crayons and bath crayons. You guys, why do I say it like that? Why do I say crayons like that? Oh my gosh. It wasn't until I made the video and I was like, the DIY bath crayons, and I was like, can I get more southern? This is SLSA, sodium lauryl sulfur acetate. It's a surfactant. You can't really create bubbling ingredients without a surfactant of some kind. And this is going to have way more SLSA than you would put in a bath bomb, because you're going to be using it as a body bar to like cleanse and exfoliate. So just scraping, okay. This is our hardeners. There's cream of tartar, cornstarch, and Callan clay in here. I don't think I need to sift those. We're just going to do it anyway. Why tempt the gods, you know? They got a lot of wacky things going on, so I'm not trying to tempt them. Okay. And this is my citric acid. I'm going to wait to add it. I'm going to put my cocoa butter in the microwave, and I'll tell you when I'm waiting to add this. So the recipe calls for citric acid. You do need citric acid. But I have discovered that if you grind your citric acid, you get better results. And I have better results with the shower bomb recipe, like not being as fragile and crumbly, because it is going to be more fragile than a bath bomb. It's not going to be the same like rock hard consistency of a bath bomb. So it's going to be more fragile. But if you grind your citric acid, it can really help with that. Okay? And when I was actually showing Patreon this yesterday. So when I first started, somebody gifted me like a really nice burr grinder, like a $50 burr grinder. It was really nice. And it broke after like 2 or 3 months. So I bought another one, same exact thing, and it broke again. And it's just, you know, it's just going through a lot. We're putting citric acid through it. I'm putting SLSA, I'm putting SCS, SCI noodles through it. So it's, you know, but so I bought this one. It's like really cheap on Amazon. Chardor. It's like one of those like weird knockoff brands. That's lasted me like 3 years. So I think, I can't remember how much it cost, so I'm not going to tell you like it's only $12. I don't remember how much it was. Probably under 20. It works. So I highly suggest it. You don't have to, you know, but I do highly suggest it. Okay, so to my melted cocoa butter, I'm gonna add, to my melted cocoa, I have like a moment of indecision. To my melted cocoa butter, I'm gonna add my liquid oil, some polysorbate 80, and something else that I can't remember. There is something else in there, but I don't know what. I'm going to add my fragrance oil, and then we have one more ingredient to talk about. And we'll start mixing it. Okay. You're dirty. Goodbye. Oh, fragrance oil. So for my fragrance oil, I'm going to use this one from Muddy Soap called Prelude to Peace. It's a dupe of Lush's Olive Branch, which I love. And the molds I have picked up, the last time I did shower bombs, I did them as aliens. I love that. I'm going to do that again. Might add some planets in there. So I was thinking this week, you know, we could call this We Come in Peace. Be cute, right? So let me measure my fragrance oil. Like a conductor. Okay. And I'm going to add, oh, and our last powder ingredient. You're about to let me not add it. How much of you do I need, baby? Let's check what I need of this. Okay. This last ingredient is called sodium alginate. Or alginate. I don't know how to say it correctly. I could probably have just Googled. Where, you know, Google, you're like, and it just says it for you. But I didn't. So I don't know how to say it. It's called sodium alginate. And a little goes a long way. So this ingredient is kind of the one that people like freak out over when they see. Maybe not freak out over, but they're like, they don't know what it is. They don't know where to get it. So let me tell you, I got mine from Amazon. It is kind of pricey, but it will last you forever and ever and ever and ever, because a little goes a long way. Like, and you can make it without it if you don't want it in there. But I'm just going to say, is better with it in there. Okay. Kathy says that they love shower bombs. Yay. I love them too. So the sodium alginate, possibly. What it does is it's like, I believe it's like a gelling agent. Something along those lines. And I think it comes from algae. I might be wrong because it says alginate in it, so I could be wrong, but that's what I think. That's what my brain tells me is the correct thing that it does come from. But kind of the way like xanthan gum or guar gum thickens and gels. That's what sodium alginate is doing in this recipe. It's creating a gel sensation, but it's not like gel. It just makes the foam, like, it just makes the foam really, really, really good. I can't explain it, you know? And I don't have enough words to explain it. We're gonna add color. I meant to add it earlier. No, it's fine. I don't know what I'm talking about. We're gonna make green by using yellow and blue. And when I do the planets, I might make the planets like a different color. We'll see. I was thinking I was going to do the planets today, like we could do them at the same time maybe. So this is 2 micro scoops. No, let's do 4 micro scoops of yellow 5 Lake. And 1 micro scoop of blue 1. And we're gonna get green. It should be like a lime green because it's more yellow heavy. Okay, so we'll see what we get. So the other thing about shower bombs that somebody asked kind of in the heading for this, like how do they sell it? How do you sell it? Like what do you say to customers to get them interested in it? Because I am aware of that. We have like a bunch of new stuff that we released. And you have to like educate your customers. The same way you guys ask me questions and then I answer your questions and then that helps you understand more about the product. You're going to have to do that with your customers too. Like they need to understand what the product is before they see the value of it. So you have to be willing to talk to them about it. That's the first thing that I think is really important when it comes to selling. And like when I first started, I wouldn't consider myself, I'm actually a very shy person. You guys are probably not gonna believe that. Most people don't believe it when I tell them. I actually am a very shy person in person. I have a flair for the dramatic. But like in person, I kind of tend to stay to myself because I don't know exactly what to say. But I found when I was selling products, it was so much easier because I knew exactly what to say. And sometimes I wouldn't know what to say and I would get stumped. But then I would find out what to say next time. So try to like just educate yourself and then your customers. And then definitely demos, videos of you using it, videos of you making it. Looking for my chair, which is not here. So just videos in general are going to be really helpful for you. And then having a sample there at your show or whatever you're doing to show them live. And if that's why like you need videos if you're not doing it, if you're not going to shows, you're just doing it online, you definitely need to interact with your customers. I'm going to save these. They're still good. Still got life in them. Okay, I'm going to line my pan. You don't have to do this. I just do it because if I don't, then my pans get really like wonky looking, which I also don't care about, but in videos it looks like kind of, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't like look that good, but you don't have to do this. Okay. Julie says like jelly foam. Yeah, actually we were going to pursue, you know, the thing is like if there's any shiny thing that comes past me, I am like down to go investigate it. So there's stuff that I have like down to look at, tinker with at some point that I haven't gotten around to, but at one point we had talked about trying to formulate a jelly bath bomb, which was something that Lush had for a while. The problem is, like, I've read the descriptions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, It's like I've read the descriptions of how to be a parent, but I haven't, if I hadn't have a child, is like way different. So like I haven't tried one, so I don't know what to compare it to, and I can't find anybody else selling them to know what to compare it to. So it's a real conundrum. And then I just walk away, but it's on my mind. It stays on my mind forever. So we're gonna do our citric acid in here. And when I'm doing it by hand, I like to mix the color in first because it just gives me like a lot of time to get that color mixed in. If you're doing it in a stand mixer, you don't have to do it. You can add the color as you add the citric acid. Rose says, me shy, and then that you love my shirt. Yeah, look at this shirt, the Ugly Bath Bomb Club. If you've made an ugly bath bomb, congratulations. You're formally admitted into the Ugly Bath Bomb Club. And you can get this shirt. Huzzah! With a little cute ugly bath bomb that I drew myself. Sorry. And I will include a link in to our Etsy if you're interested in that. It's just kind of a fun way to laugh at the fact that like not all bath bombs are pretty. We all make ugly bath bombs. Lenore says you were in Lush yesterday and they had jelly red lips for Valentine's Day. Bath bombs? They had jelly bath bombs? Is that true? Is that what I'm understanding? The recipe I think says add binder if you want to. You want to. Add binder. Don't not add binder. We discovered later on down the line that like, yeah, you definitely do need binder. So I'm using 91%, no. I'm using 100% distilled water. Oh, Lord help me. Aliens take me away. So it can be kind of hard because this is like a wetter recipe. It can be kind of hard to know when your mix is ready, which I think can contribute to people feeling like they have like really dusty or fragile shower bombs. So honestly, for this mix, it's when it starts to feel a little bit drier because you're working with the mix. It's feeling very wet. When it starts to feel a little bit drier, that's when it's ready. All right, so we're gonna use this little mini alien head mold. This is from Soapfistication. And I'll include a link to it. I love the minis. So the shower bomb, like you can use it, and then if you take it out of the water, it will stop activating. If you take, put it on the side of your tub or something, it will stop activating. But then it kind of looks like gnarly, and mine would be really messy because, and my poor husband is constantly trying to figure out what the hell's going on in our bathroom. Like he's just like, bless his heart. So like, where's my scraper? I'm using a lip balm scraper, okay? Don't judge me. So I try not to leave too many things in our bathroom. We do have baskets that like say shampoo, because he was like, I can't tell what's shampoo and what's conditioner and what's soap. Like he was using conditioner, he thought it was soap, and he like came to me and he's like, I love this one. What is this one? And I'm like, babe, that's a conditioner bar. Bless his little heart. So, because I don't want to use a big one and reuse it, these little minis are really good because you can get it's like a single serving. So like one of these I would say is a single serving. So, voila. Actually this week I was planning on doing a few substitutions to see, because people have asked before. We're kind of going back to the sodium albumine. People have asked what can they substitute for that? And they'll say, does guar gum work? Does xanthan gum work? Does carrageenan work? And we're like, I don't know. So I was actually planning on testing some of those this week. Just because, like, my plate has been cleared. You know what I'm saying? Dang. No, it's not 100% clear. I still have some surprises for y'all. I still have a couple recipes that... I have one recipe that is 90% of the way there. More will be revealed. There's more yet to come, okay? So, but I'm not very busy. I'm a little busy, but I'm not very busy. And I like distractions. I like having multiple things at a time going, because I can step away from this one when I get stumped and walk over to that one, and then my brain will just like think of the solution on its own. How cute are they? Okay, I'm gonna try to add some more blue to this. This might be a bad choice, but I'm gonna try to add some more blue to this and see if we can't make like teal, and then I could have in a bag, I could have one alien and one planet. Okay, so this should be like a teal color. If I can get it to mix in. I don't know. How would I explain the difference to the customer between a bath bomb and a shower bomb? That is like a really good question. So thank you for asking that. A bath bomb is not intended to be used on your skin. It's very, like, the texture is very rough. So if you used it just on your skin, it would not feel good. The texture would be very rough and you would not like it. These have a little less citric acid, a little more of those like skin softening ingredients like the kaolin clay, the cornstarch, right, and the sodium. So they're actually very soothing to skin, and they feel really good on skin. So before Amanda did this recipe, but before she did it, she was like, I'm thinking about, we both just kind of like, we're like parallel, like I said before, we're like parallel play. Like we just both kind of do our own thing, and then we're friends. So she had told me she was going to look at shower bombs, and I had not had a good experience with shower bombs. Somebody had given me a shower bomb at one point, and it felt like I was scrubbing my skin with sandpaper. And I like a good deep scrub. I'm like a Turkish bath mitt type of person. I love that deep scrub, okay? Sheer scrub does not do it for me. I want to feel, you know? So she was like, well, maybe this one will be different. Hold on, I'm going to show you these. They're so cute. And this one is so different from other shower bomb recipes that I've tried. Oh, it's upside down. Cute, right? Because it's so soft on your skin. Like it's not going to irritate your skin or feel rough at all. So it's definitely intended to be used on your skin, whereas a bath bomb is not intended for that. Like, you know. The other reason that this is kind of like, it's a really good recipe to have in your repertoire, I can do words, is that a lot of houses, and we discovered this when we bought a house in 2020. Y'all, we started buying a house. Sorry, I just want to make sure that this one guy is like totally packed. We started looking for a house. I'm sorry, this is like a sidetrack. In 2019, so we were like, right, like January, we were already like February, we got our loan approved and everything. Like we're looking for a house now. And then COVID hit. So we were like really lucky to get into our house in 2020. Anyway. But when we were looking at houses, one of the things I noticed was that a lot of houses now don't have bathtubs in the master shower, in the master bathroom. And I was like, that is a full-on requirement for me. I have to have a bathtub in the master bathroom. So it's kind of like a movement, I guess, is happening among builders where they're just doing them with showers. They need to stop. I don't like that. I'm going to set these aside. Okay. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. You asked? You didn't ask. Did anybody ask to see it in action? I don't know. Sorry. Like the comments start to go so fast I can't see them. Can you paint on the shower bomb? Yes. You can paint it just the way you would paint a bath bomb. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yes. Okay, so this is the alien that I made last time. And I like this size. To me, this is a single serving size. I poured like boiling hot water in this so that I would have like warm water, and I'm really glad that I did. So if I dip it in the water, it starts to foam up, and it has like this like really soft, beautiful foam. So then you would just rub it on your skin like this. And like I said, the other shower bomb that I tried, I felt like my skin was getting ripped off. Like, it was so rough. And so I had my doubts when Amanda wanted to go this direction. But I'm telling you, it's really good. So it's just a nice thing that you can add to your line. You probably have most of the ingredients, right? Except the sodium alginate. So you probably have most of the ingredients. And then you could just make it. And then you just have like another thing that you make. And then your cost of goods is lower because you're already buying in bulk. Because you're buying in bulk for your bath bombs, right? So does this replace soap? It could. It has enough surfactant in it that it can clean. So it's going to clean and cleanse and exfoliate all at the same time. So yeah, you could call it a cleansing shower scrubber. I don't know. Like, there's different things that you can call it. You don't have to call it a shower bomb. You can think of different ways to describe it to your customers. If you just leave it, it's going to do what this one's doing, where and this one's already like drying up because it's cold in here. It just it'll sit there on the end of your shower. It's not like that pretty, but you know, it's fine. We're not going to judge about it. The other thing you can do is you can crush it up. So like, say you do make them in big bars, you can tell customers to crush it up. There's also a lot of mold makers have the breakaway molds. You know what I'm talking about? The hold on, I don't have one handy. Anyway, a lot of the bath bomb makers right now have breakaway molds, so it's like it'll snap apart or something. So that's another way you could do it. That way customers understand like what a single serving size is. Why did I do that? Now I gotta do this again. Anyways, Kathy says it's very soft and foamy and mousse. Like, yes, it's just like mousse on your skin. And honestly, your skin feels so soft when you're done. Like, your skin feels so good and nourished and happy. So that, my darlings, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna make another batch because I want more planets, but I'm gonna let this dry. And this is what we make today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna include links in the description so you can find the shirt. Somebody, I think, asked about this thing. It's always somebody asks about this. Where you can get the mold, where you can get the recipe, right? I'll include links in the description for everything. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And as always, happy making.